Welcome back to another episode of the Big Rim Podcast. I am your host, Big Rim, and we got my boy Wavy here with me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so you got an album dropping this coming Friday, 11/25, called Catharsis. Would you like to give people an insight into how you came about that concept and what went into it?
Yeah. So I guess like looking up definition, I really sat down and I was like, what can I come up with in terms of a word that's like kind of encapsulates like the entire album, right? It's like what makes this project it, right?
Right.
And I was looking at random words, synonyms, forgot what I typed in, and I came across the word catharsis. I ain't never actually seen that word before, so I was like, oh, what did that mean? And just so happened that I clicked on it, and I can't remember the definition on top of my head. I actually pull it up right now, matter of fact.
Go ahead.
But it really just sat there and it like resonated with me crazy. And I was like, bro, this is essentially how I felt when I just recorded this entire project. Right. And so it says the process of releasing and thereby providing a relief from strong or repressed emotions. Okay. So it's like music is my catharsis. Like it's my release. It's like whatever I'm feeling, you go record, hop in, you just start recording, bro. And it's like you hear that a lot with a lot of artists and stuff. You know, they're like, I gotta get the shit off my chest. I gotta talk. Right. And that's how I be feeling, because I feel like definitely on the album you got that play shit, right? I be feeling like I'm a man, right? I be feeling like I'm that nigga. And then also it's like you dealing with shit on certain songs, like dealing with real shit in like life, like relationships, bro. Like Find My Way is like on some shit where I got a man, right? We love it or not, but it's like it's not really working, and I got a side, and it's like I feel conflicted. And that's like a real emotion, and it sounds like shit, but it's like I done been through that. It's like you feel conflicted with them emotions because you're dealing with the side. You really know it ain't gonna work out, but you know what I'm saying? You're trying to do everything to keep that shit afloat while you trying to work on your main shit. But it's like, you know, at the end of Find My Way, it's like the whole point of that concept is I'm gonna find my way back. Like, you know, shit like that. Changes is like essentially shit ain't work out. It's like a continuation for Find My Way. It's like that whole thing didn't work out. This is the consequences of my actions type of deal. Right. And you really don't hear that shit till you really sit down and think about it. You like, damn, like, this is really some real shit that everybody go through. And
bro, then that side piece never becomes the main, bro.
It never becomes the main, bro. And I be trying to tell niggas, bro.
You can't make it more than what it is. Then you never leave your main out stranded, bro.
But you know what I'm saying? It's really just learning, you know, right? And you take that as just experience. Okay. And that's really just how I felt about it. But yeah, I mean, it took me about a year. You know?
Took you about a year. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. So speaking of music, what got you into music? Like, where did your love for music start early? Like, were you a young child that loved music? And then what got you into making your own?
Yeah, so by the way, sipping on the good bamboo. Drink responsibly, by the way.
You know. You did. We're gonna go ahead and clap it up for that one.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But nah, I think I always really been around music, but in terms of making it, I hadn't really been that too experienced. I started listening to music. First artist that really I was in love with was Wayne. Yeah. Right. And I couldn't tell you like obviously like thinking back on it and hearing back on it, like Carter 3 is like it's Carter 3. You know what I'm saying?
That's
but
shit.
It's like to this day, like I couldn't sit there and tell you like that was the moment that I started really feeling like falling in love with like rap, like hip hop and shit. It was Carter 4. That's what did it for me. Right. And like when I would hear songs like She Will with Drake, Nightmares at the Bottom, right? Shit like that, you like, okay, hard, like he was in a different bag, and that's when I fell in love with that shit. And growing up in Atlanta, it's like you seen a rise of literally like Future, Thug, bro, Gunna, Cardi, like anybody, bro, like
Free Thug,
you know what I'm saying? Literally, and it's just seeing that's how that progression happened. I've always been around it. And I got to high school, I met Bryce, and I met Bryson Kemo. And Bryce in the back right there just posted.
Yeah, give it up for Bryce.
You know, and that boy is like, and I've been around them. Them boys been rapping and all that in high school, but I ain't never really. You good? You sound like you dying back there, bro. You straight. But nah, I've been around them and I seen the talent that they had in high school. I just never really wanted to do it like music wise when I feel like my voice wasn't there. And I didn't really have that knack for it and all that because I was acting at the time anyway, so it wasn't really something that I wanted to do. But I would just watch them and I would just be like fascinated. Like, damn, they just sitting here coming up with full blown songs in a matter of 30 minutes, knocking them out like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the love for it started really happening. I wanted to take a route, kind of how you be on with me is on some A&R shit, right? So I was sitting there telling these niggas like, oh yeah, that's hard, that's not hard. Oh, I like that flow. And then the switch probably happened, I say 2 years ago. It was quarantine, and I got put in a hotel up at Emory,
right?
Because they thought I had COVID, and I was in there for 2 weeks. So 14 days go by. You gonna need to do something, bro.
Yeah.
So I found out about Band Lab some way, and I was just on some joke shit. Like I was feeling like, oh, they got me locked up, finna make a first day out, right? And I made that. It's obviously it sucked. Everything I made in the beginning sucked. Yeah, right? That's just normal. But I fell in love with the process of just making a song, like my own song. It was something I like personally had for myself, and I was like, damn, bro, I really got to sit there and try this some more. And then I made my first song that was actually good was Want Me, which is on the Vibe Pack, that first project that I put out. And when I heard Want Me originally before all the mixing, before all the mastering and stuff like that, I said, yeah, like that's the sound I want to go with. I didn't have a concept for the Vibe Pack yet. Like we did, me and Bryce had it.
Yeah.
But like I didn't know what it wanted to sound like. Okay. And then I ended up making Zodiac, which is the intro to that tape. And that's when I knew. I said, yeah, I got one. Like I got that sound. Right. I need to start mixing and mastering because I'm a perfectionist. So it's like I need to have it sound really good. Because I wasn't gonna put no bullshit out in niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like
have your name attached to it.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like I did that. And obviously, like thinking back on it now, like it wasn't good, like hearing it, right? But it's like it was definitely you could hear potential there,
right?
And so I was on that, and then I cranked out 6 songs, really 5, because Bryce got one on there by himself, and he don't like that song, but money coming in, tap in, you feel me, on the Vibe Pack, that shit is tough. He don't believe it though, but it's really tough, and that's the pocket I try to get in, and then after that, I just fell in love with it, bro. And I was like,
okay, so from the time that you started making it on your own in quarantine to the time the Vibe Pack came out, how much time was that in between then?
I want to say about a year.
About a year.
So from 2020, the end of 2020, right? Right. That was quarantine. And till about I say February. Right. Because that's when I made Want Me, and I don't know why I remember that, but I remember that. So that was probably 6 months almost. That was just me finding that sound, right? Just trying different things. I got hella unreleased that I deleted just because it wasn't good. But it's like I'm trying different shit, trying the voice, trying to get mixing, getting better at BandLab because it's an app. Yeah. And a lot of people, bro, they hear my shit now and they're like, "Oh, you be in the studio? Like I don't never see you in the studio. You don't. You always be out. You don't." No, like, bro, nigga. I do this shit off a phone, my bro. Phone. I just got really good at it. Like I got really good at mixing. I got really good at sitting there and taking my time with it and perfecting it, just because that's the person I am. Yeah. And but yeah, I spent about 6 months, and then Want Me got finished in like March, I say, but I recorded it in February, and then the tape dropped like September 2021. So it's about a year.
So how would you? Okay, you did bring up the acting. How did you even get into acting before this?
Yeah. Oh shit, bro. I've been acting since I was like 10 years old, bro. I was really professional actor too. Bro. Right. Like no bullshit. And it's funny because a lot of people would say like, "Oh yeah, I'm an actor. They're not professional. Like I had an agent. I had a manager. Like I had 2 agents. Like I was on one. I've been in commercials. I've been in movies. Like
I seen shows. One commercial with you though.
You know what I'm saying? When
I was
young.
Like AT&T or something. Yeah, I was
in an AT&T commercial. Like I'm really young with it, like, and I was working, but it just kind of transitioned. I kind of hit this weird spot. Like, a lot of people don't really know this. I don't really be sharing it, but it's like I almost was on Blackish, like type shit. So it's like I beat auditions, I beat callbacks. They flew me out to LA. I'm in ABC Studios up in Burbank. Like I'm posted. I'm with Anthony Anderson, recording the scene with us, you know what I'm saying? It's a screen test. I knew the writer, Kenya Barris. I knew him already because we had already worked on a project before. So it's like, I'm established a little bit. Like, I'm getting there. Like, I'm at that threshold. And I was like, damn, I could have made it. And thinking back on it, it's like something you're going to always, like, regret. You ain't take it hard enough because, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like the luck of the draw.
So so when we be making them jokes about you look like the dude off Blackish, that was the type of dude they was going for in that
Bro,
role.
I swear to God, bro, that was the
Bruh,
exact
hell
thing.
nah.
And it's like I would laugh that shit off with y'all, bro, but I'd be so mad. I'd be so mad, bro. I'd be like, you kidding me, yo? Because like they really don't know. Like they don't know how close I got. So growing up, only thing I got was, oh, you look like dude from Blackish. You look like Junior from Blackish. Like,
nigga, they was going for my type of nigga.
Yeah, like y'all don't know.
Hey,
bro.
okay,
y'all really don't know.
That does make sense though.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to piggyback off that, so getting deeper into your music career, when it comes to videos, would you do like a concept video, like where it's almost like you got to do a little bit of acting in that video?
Yeah. So I tell people this all the time. It's like with music, it's not my end all be all. Like I definitely want it to be something where I navigate back in towards acting.
Yeah.
Because I lost the passion for it. I got no shame in saying that, but it's like it's something I'm always be good at. I got that natural knack for it, and it's like if I get back into it and I start, refining that skill again, I'm gonna be there for sure. No, so it's kind of how Drake started off acting. He knew he always wanted to rap, and then he started taking that shit serious. That's when he really locked back in. That's when he became Drake. I'm like reverse of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I started off early with acting, but it's like, taking music route. I discovered that I'm decent at it, right? And I'm not gonna sit here and like, say, oh, I'm fine with it. But it's like,
nigga, pop your shit, your shit, give it up. Pop your shit. Yeah, I get it, bro.
But like it's like I recognize like, all right, cool, like I'm decent with it, so I need to take this shit a little bit more serious.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And get a lot more people hearing that shit. Because it's something that's vibey. Like it's some shit you can really vibe to, bro. And I think it's something that you can really like lounge around. Cause I'm not into all like the super lit, super trap shit. Like,
yeah,
that's not my vibe.
It's not your lane. It's not your lane.
It's not my lane. I can't do it. It's like some people can't do my lane. I can't do other people's lanes. Right. So to go back to the influences that I got. Like you hear it in my music. I feel like I definitely sound. I sound unique, but I don't sound unique at the same time. Because you hear little influences. I pick up a lot of shit from. The whole reason I started rapping, I was like in love with Side Baby music, bro.
Yeah.
And me and Bryce was actually on Side Baby in high school.
Yeah.
Sandus, I think it was called. Like, legit.
That's the pink cover, right?
Suck a Nigga Dick or something, bro.
Yes.
That shit was an amazing tape, bro.
Yes.
It was hard, bro. Like, that was our favorite shit in high school. And it was like, we seen it. And then as time went on, like that's the only thing I was playing. So all the music that I listened to was like I was going to them type of artists like Gunna, same type of shit. Don Toliver, same type of shit. Which I just now started getting on Don Toliver.
Yeah.
But it's like Gunna was heavy influence, bro.
Yeah. If I got one song for Don Toliver that you need to hear, it's probably Situation, bro.
Yes.
That's one good song.
Tough. And my favorite one is Swinging on Westheimer. Off the newest one.
Okay, I gotta listen to that.
Yes. That's also a really good one, right? And that's some shit that's like, I take that last tape, I think it was like Life of a Dom 2 or whatnot, and that was the vibe that I wanted to kind of like use as influence, right? For my shit, and I feel like that was perfect for it. Mm-hmm. So you hear a lot of that in my music and shit and how I do it. It's just like he has the more like vocal type, like he can sing better, and he also has like a production to be in the studio and shit like that. I don't have all that yet, but like that's where the influence comes from.
I think with time goes on, bro, you'll start to see that that you could do a lot more when you have a lot more. Yeah. And it's like you got the plan. Sometimes you just need the platform, you know what I mean?
Like
all them niggas, bro. Yeah. All them niggas probably sound like shit when they first started. Oh, yeah. But as like they got better studio and better equipment, bro. Speaking of Thug and Future and all that, bro, we got one question. So I gave my top 5 rappers that I was listening to at the moment, like the top 5 niggas I was listening to at the moment. I got a lot of pushback from niggas.
Okay.
So I'm gonna need you to go ahead and lace. First of all, your top 5 rappers that you listening to at this moment, like when you play your music, when you get in the car, you know you got you 11 songs that you finna play. Who is in there? And then second, who's your top 5 of all time?
I'm gonna start with the all time first.
Right. Okay, that's a little easier.
I'm gonna start with all time first.
Right.
Me personally, is Wayne.
Okay.
Is number 1. Prime Wayne. I don't think Jay is touching him. I don't think Nas is touching him.
Okay.
In terms of lyrical ability, 1-on-1, he's not touching Wayne. That's just my personal opinion. A lot of niggas don't agree. A lot of niggas do agree. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
It's your preference.
You know what I'm saying?
It's your preference.
I just don't think Jay's coming close.
Right.
In terms of rapping. Now, we're putting all of the music together. I might have to give Jay that edge, but I personally think Wayne is just a top 5 rapper. Like, he's number 1. Okay. And then 2, I'm going to go Jay. 3, I'm going to go Nas. 4, I'm going to go Drake. With, like, because of influence, right? Yes, because of what he has accomplished and what he's done. He is by far the closest thing to Michael Jackson, bro.
Bruh, that new shit he put out with 21, bro. That shit just
got him in a different bag, bro. That's a different mode, bro. Hey. You know what I'm saying? It's a different mode. So, and that's where I kind of put him at. I put him at 4. He's not better than the first 3, but it's like with him, I'm putting him over others, not even on just straight rapping ability, because he's not out rapping Kendrick. Because I'll put Kendrick at 5. Yeah. Only reason why I put him ahead of Kendrick all time is just because of what he's been able to accomplish. Okay. But now if we're talking straight lyrical ability, my 5 is different. Yeah. It's a different vibe. Yeah. Right? I'm gonna say Wayne is 1. I'm gonna say I'm gonna keep Jay. I'm gonna say Kendrick. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say Joey. Because niggas be sleeping on Joey Badass. Okay. And 1999 might be one of the perfect. It's like legit 10 out of 10, bro. Okay. And you don't know too many niggas. You know what I'm saying? And then like I'll probably say 5 Nas. I didn't say Nas. I swapped them out. So then Nas would be 5, right? Okay. In terms of just straight rapping. And then I would say M after that, honestly. I'll say Eminem after that.
Prime Eminem.
Prime Eminem's different.
Before that nigga decided
3 Stacks was cold too.
Bro, before Eminem decided to go to rehab, bro, that nigga was straight dogging shit.
For sure.
That nigga had me and my cousins dividing up forever into different verses. And each nigga take a verse, and I was always the nigga with the Eminem verse. Oh God,
yep, he was.
All that other shit was cool, but that nigga rapping fast was shit really in 2008.
But it's hard to really give your top 5 because there's so many niggas that's really because you got to think about it, bro. There's old heads that was cold. Rakim was cold. Cause I grew up in a household. I wasn't really on like New York shit. Like my parents played West Coast stuff the entire time. So it's like. Only really like so I didn't grow up in a Jay-Z household. I didn't grow up in a Biggie household. Like I didn't Nas.
You grew up with like NWA type
NWA,
shit?
like Cube, Eazy-E. I grew up with like
DJ Quick.
That shit, right? Snoop Dogg.
DJ like, Quick was that nigga.
Warren G, Nate Dogg, like you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know, and it's like one of my favorite songs ever is Late Night Hype. You know that song? Compton's Most Wanted, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember though.
That's the name of the group?
I think so.
Okay.
Late Night Hype. And that shit is crazy. I found out about it through GTA actually. GTA
will show you some shit.
Yeah, and show you some shit.
So, bro, I heard some DJ Quick shit called Tonight, and I was just like, oh, okay. I see why the old heads try to hold on to the shit that they like.
Yeah, like, I get it.
But hey, what that nigga say on The Wire? That nigga said, think about the old days. They the old days. I was like, nigga. Yeah. But yeah, bro.
Okay, but then
your top 5 right now.
And this is not objective. Right, this is clearly subjective.
This is clear. This is just Wavy's top 5.
For sure.
Not nobody else's. Other niggas can have an opinion.
For sure.
But nigga, this is your fact to you.
For sure. All right. I'm gonna break it up into 2.
Yeah.
You have a pure 5 that like in the game right now, it easily goes Kendrick. It easily goes like in terms of rappers who just be rapping.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Kendrick, I'm gonna go Joey, I'm gonna go Drake, I'm gonna go Cole, and I'm gonna go 5. Niggas gonna hate you. I'm gonna say Herbo though. I'm gonna say Herbo.
That's Herbo. My nigga right there. I'm trying to tell you, gonna go ahead and clap it up for that list.
Yeah.
Listen, bro.
But I would say for me, when I get into the whip, totally different. It's not the same, right? I'm not listening to these niggas who are lyrical as fuck.
No, bro. Nobody's getting into it and playing Wet Dreams.
Bro. Yeah, bro. We're not doing that, bro. But I will say that I get into the whip, my 5 that I have in heavy rotation just right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a lot of Gunna.
Right.
A lot of Gunna. It's a lot of Future, obviously. It's a lot of Side Baby,
Man.
a lot of Herbo.
Yep.
And then at 5, I'm gonna say it's between either Dirk or Cardi.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. That nigga was playing in the car. Remember I told you I ain't listen to Playboy Cardi's new album. I just like the part where that nigga said, I told my brother to go like robot 10 plus from me. I like, yes,
Whole Lot of Red was different.
Shit.
Whole Lot of Red was different, bro. Yeah,
I was actually listening to the whole song and I could tell this nigga didn't like he freestyle like legit all of that.
Had to, bro. Yeah.
He was in a different
bag. For sure. He was definitely in a different bag with that one.
Different. So then, okay. So for Catharsis, like what's your goal with this one? Not in terms of like numbers or anything, but more like what do you plan it does on the intangible side of things, like where the numbers really can't even tell you the full story.
Growth.
Right.
Growth. I'll say from the first ever project that I put out, that was actually the time I put it on my Instagram when I had released it, but it was like it's something for only me and my brother to hear. Like me and Bryce was the only people that was gonna ever hear that project.
Right.
And I'm still shy to this day, but it's like I'm shy unless you know me, and then we start talking, and I'm like one of the most unshy niggas ever. Right. But like when it's like I don't really know you like that, I don't really need to talk. I don't really got too much to say. I just kind of be chilling, you know what I'm saying? Just be kicking it. Yeah. And it was a way for me to kind of get out of my shell, if we being honest, because even with acting, bro, I spent 10 years acting and I barely told anybody, bro. I would just pop up on the gram with some headshots and niggas be like, hold on, what? Like, you act? Or I posted pictures of a TV set I'm working on. They be like, what the fuck going on here? You know what I'm saying? Now I don't tell nobody because I just be shy. Because I you know how kids be, bro. It's like you 14, 15, 16, you telling niggas like, oh yeah, I'm an actor. They start clowning you, bro.
Yeah.
But as we 21, 22 now, that's some fire shit to do,
that
right?
Is some shit
that
to
shit
do,
cool.
Bro.
But it's just like when you 16, you don't even think about that shit, right? And I was just like on some insecure shit, like, oh man, like that's lame, bro. I be acting and I didn't realize that kids would tease you because they think that shit is cool, right? Yeah. They just don't, they can't do it. So how they gonna
tease you about anything when we was in school, nigga? If you could read the fastest, you'll get teased about that shit too.
You know what I'm saying? So I just had to change my mindset as I got older, but I still think about that. That shit just being human, bro. Yeah. But it's like that was a way for me to kind of get out that shell. And then when I posted that and I started kind of promoting that a little bit, with this one, I seen the growth. I spent the year. So I released Vibe Pack 2021, September. That whole year passed by. And I was like, I put together the tape. You know, I worked real close with you on it. So you already know what the process was with that. But it was just like on some real deal, like just taking my time with it. Didn't want to rush, didn't want to do too much. Just wanted to sit there and get everything together, and make sure that I saw growth, right? Yeah. Because there will be times I'll send you something and it wasn't hitting. Yeah. Right.
And I will say that I had to get out of the thing where it was like, do I just agree because it's my homeboy? But this nigga is looking for like a real answer. Because he's trying to put something together. And if I just get this nigga all yeses, that nigga will not get nowhere.
Exactly.
So
and that's why and I shifted the last, I say 3 months. I started when I had Catharsis pretty much done. Yeah. I started showing random people. Because you start showing your friends, they gonna automatically say they're gonna be biased because they're your friend. They don't want to hurt your feelings. Even if you got the most realest nigga on your team, bro, who has no filter, he'll say what it is. He's still gonna try to like
put it in a way that, you know, that keeps you going, but it's not like, but nigga, this is ass.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So I'll show random people. But then when I would show random people, it's like the reaction I'll get is like, oh, all right, I genuinely got some shit. Like, it's some shit that I need to like put out for real. And I had, when I got done with the tape, I had a listening session with two of my bros, Bell and Dante. Shout out them. And I was at their crib, and Bell got a studio and whatnot. Bell cold as fuck too. That nigga was on Vibe Pack on Intentions, and that nigga snapped. Yeah. And that's one of my favorite songs that I ever did. And I was over his crib, put the tape on, and just seeing their reactions, bro. You just know when a nigga do that stank face. Yeah. It's not forced neither. Like, it's just genuine, bro. Type shit, head bobbing, all that. And I'm sitting there watching these niggas. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, nigga, I got some. And then what really just sat there was like warm my heart, nigga. They was sat there fucking arguing about what's the hardest song on there, bro. Like, passionately, nigga. Like, nah, nigga, you tripping. That's hard. Like, bro, I don't like that one, bro. I'm telling you, this one, Plain White Tees is it.
Man,
you know what I'm saying? And I hear that, I'm like, yeah, all right, bro. Like, I genuinely got some that niggas can release. Obviously, it's not production quality of like being in the studio, but you hear it. A lot of niggas, like first glance, they can be like, oh, he definitely did this in the studio.
Bro. So that's what I was saying. Like, as long as you make a good first impression, you're good. Yeah. And I be sending you songs once I find out. Like, remember I sent you Cameron shit, and it was like them niggas. What's it called? Dipset Anthem wasn't mixed up. I'm like, nigga, that shit wasn't mixed and mastered.
Yep.
I'm like, nigga, so it just has to be, nigga. Good music is undeniable type shit. That's really what it is.
Yep.
So okay. So Vibe Pack releases in September 2021, and in between that time and when Catharsis released, we closed. I know you went overseas for the summer. Yeah. How did your time overseas either influence your music or just get that creative process flowing?
Yeah, so I left January like 2nd or some shit.
Right.
Or the 6th or something like that, 2022. So the top of the year.
Yeah.
I went to Spain.
Mm-hmm.
I was over there for 5 months for school, and I was over there, left in May, and then I went to Texas right after. So I came back to the A. I was here for 7 days, and then went right back to Texas, and I was there for 3 months. So I was basically on the move, not in the city for 8 months.
Right.
And all that time, especially being overseas, seeing a different culture, it really kind of shaped on like what I wanted in life.
Yeah.
And that kind of reflected into my music, because you hear a lot of my songs, like I'm talking that shit, like I'm really popping my shit. And it's on some like play shit, like, and I said on one song, I forgot what I said, bro, like, fuck, I'm a little lit, I can't remember, but I said something on Find My Way, and it's at the beginning of the song. Oh yeah, I was like, I'm only 21, I did a lot of shit. Right? And it's like, a lot of niggas, bro, ain't even left a state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had the blessing and just God's grace and will, bro, of allowing me to go overseas and just see a whole new life, bro. I don't even speak Spanish for real, bro. And I'm sitting here with these niggas who can't speak English, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm kicking it with these folks, and like, it's just lit, bro. I don't really had too many Spanish friends over there. I was really kicking it with people who was like Dutch and British and American and whatnot. So we was all speaking English, but it was cool just seeing their cultures and all that.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just seeing this fly shit, bro. Like, I'm talking about eating expensive dinners and like nigga eating pigeon in fucking Paris and eating like octopus on the beach in Mallorca. Like, a nigga could never fathom some shit like that. So I really had to like put that shit
too.
Exactly. I had to put that shit in the music, bro. And that's just, it really took my shit to another level. I had some more shit to talk about.
Right? Yeah.
You know, some shit was like, you got something to talk about. You got some more content. You know
right.
Because it get old after a while. You talking about the same shit. Like, I don't want to keep talking about no player shit no more. Because it's like,
you don't want your music to be too generalized.
So now it's like, I want to get into this bag of like, on some real emotions, on some like love type shit. Right. It's like, I want to get on some like R&B type of way. Not like singing or nothing like that, but on some real vibey, like laid back, maybe with a girl posted up. You know what I'm saying? I call it girl music, kind of along that way, right?
Someday don't get you too riled up.
Exactly. And that's what I think I want to do next for the project that I want to work on next. But
All right. Yep. Okay. So no, just keep going about that, because I know, like, as somebody that has family overseas and goes every 5 years, like, before I even got into like knowing that I love music so much, before I even got into any of that, I knew that I was having experiences that nobody else was having, because I'm going overseas. I'm seeing motherfuckers do weird shit like eat pizza with forks and knives.
Yeah, crazy
like,
shit.
Like, niggas is not eating with their hands.
Belgium, yeah.
Bro, when I heard Percocets and stripper joint, nigga at the end says, I do this for my niggas that fit this shit out in Belgium. Free bang gang.
I felt that shit for real, right?
Like, nigga, that nigga Future is talking to me, bro. And nigga, I think when DS2 had dropped, it was like 2015, 2016. 2015. nigga, we go visit like 2017, but that was the year that everybody had dropped. Like Kodak had dropped Painting Pictures, Thug had dropped Beautiful Thugger Girls, nigga. Pretty Girls like trap music.
Beautiful fucking album, by the way. Like that nigga Thug, bro, he was on one, and I hated it at first, but
yeah, you had to go back and listen.
Yeah, because it was something different,
bro. You know what it was? Because around that time, that nigga was still like doing like goo-wop and shit. That nigga had dropped the one with the dress on it. That same
Jeffrey,
Jeffrey.
Yeah. I was never a big fan of that album actually, but a lot of niggas say that's his best album ever.
Hey. It's a couple songs.
It's definitely underrated.
It's one of his best, bro. Free that nigga, man. I'm telling you, you gotta get
talk about creativity, bro. That nigga's different.
That's unforgettable.
That's a different breed, bro. In my opinion, bro, I ain't gonna lie. This might sound crazy, bro, but like him and Future, the top two most influential niggas in history. Period, point blank.
I feel like
because Thug influenced the wave of like niggas being more free with how they express themselves and dress.
Bruh, that nigga was calling his friends bae.
You know,
and that shit like took a whole nother level. Cause remember Drewski did this skit talking about my lover, nigga, like
type shit, right? So now it's all cool now, right? Yeah. Especially letting niggas be like, oh, my lover, twin, shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Where that come from?
Hey,
treacherous twin on the album.
You feel me, right? So it's like. It's on some shit like that, and like everybody know about Future, bro. In my opinion, that nigga the king of trap. You can say what you want about T.I., but that nigga created an entire trap wave, bro.
Bruh.
After Future came out and started popping this shit in the streets, nigga knew that was his sound, bro.
Bruh.
And Migos, them niggas took it to another level.
Bro, sure. You know what I was trying to tell niggas one time? I was like, bro, Future wasn't a trap artist for as long as we think it is.
Nah,
we just grouped him in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But once he dropped Honest, to me,
it wasn't that. It was Pluto 3D. It was when he did Turn On the Lights or Turn Off the Lights or whatnot.
Turn on the light. Okay, you can say he started like he started when he's But I would say this. That one like a dope boy love song. Like that ain't like no love song. Love like the shit on Hendrix is some shit that ain't got nothing to do with loving a trap nigga.
Yeah,
bruh. When that nigga dropped Honest and he like did that little high pitch like what it do? Like nigga, that shit right. I was like, he's no longer a trap artist.
He made that shift. Yeah.
Bro, like that nigga started in cut, bro, cause not even too long after that, the nigga dropped his shit like, okay, I think in between that and Hendrix, he had dropped that shit that he was like, God blessing all the trap niggas. Mm-hmm. But yeah, bro, that nigga had got onto a wave where it was like, now he can make love songs about just him being rich in love instead of being a trap nigga in love. Speaking of Future and Thug, though, who are 5 artists you would like to work with? And I'm talking about across all genres, dead or alive.
I'm not going to do dead.
Right.
I'm not going to do dead. I'm going to do alive.
Yeah, do alive.
And I'm going to say most definitely Gunna.
Okay.
Period, point blank. I feel like that's, you know.
That's you. That's your shit.
That's my lane.
Yeah.
Psy Baby. On God. I swear to God, me and Psy Baby could do some crazy shit.
Yeah.
Me and Bryce were actually just talking about this earlier. Herbo.
Right.
That song I played you, I got some unreleased called Why. And I think I'm gonna put it out. Probably on this next tape that I do. But for some reason he looked up, he was like, bro, I can hear Herbo. And I had to really like sit there and hear it.
Bro,
and
you gotta play that shit again after we done.
Then. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Like, I can hear this thing just coming on some real like, cause he be doing some love songs type shit. And he be rapping though. He just be flowing on that bitch.
Got that shit with Jacquees.
Yes, and it's like that nigga, bro. I've heard so many songs from Herbo, bro. Cause I've been fucking with Herbo and Dirk since like them niggas was literally young as hell.
Them niggas was
type
young
shit.
as
I was fucking with Herbo when he was like Welcome to Phazoland.
Lil Herb, nigga, aka G Herbo. That nigga was not G Herbo then.
Exactly. So I was like on that nigga, and then my favorite project is still to this day, Ballin' Like I'm Kobe, bro. My favorite song, L's. I swear to God.
Oh
man, that
my
shit was crazy.
God.
I shed a tear when Kobe died, and I played L's, bro. That shit was crazy.
Oh
bro.
my God.
So,
okay,
you know
I can see that.
Yes, bro. So it's like I would love to work with a nigga like that, and then. Obviously Drake, that's a given.
Right.
I feel like. And then shit, number 5, bro, like I don't know. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think a nigga that I would love to it's a guy named Born. Bryce knows who it is. Bryce still in here? Yeah, you know Born. Yeah. Born is crazy. And I'm gonna tap you in. he don't drop music no more for some weird reason.
Right.
But 2018 dropped this tape called Blue Madonna. It's alternative music.
Right.
And for some reason, me and Bryce was on this weird ass alternative wave in high school where we would just hear like, you know what I'm saying? And like Clairo, we was on Clairo before she blew up. So she was on SoundCloud and shit.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying?
I got some songs on my phone niggas wouldn't even imagine I'm listening to.
Pink, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So we was on that like shit early. Billie Eilish, we was on her early, bro. And then she just popped like that. So we seen it. And we was like, that was the wave, bro. And then we found out about Borns because he did a song with Lana Del Rey off of Blue Madonna. That's how I found out about Borns.
Right.
And then he actually had put me on to Borns. And then I fell in love with his music, bro. Like that is one of my favorite albums of all time. But he just be like singing. He just real like his voice, bro, is just cold with it, bro.
Right.
And that's somebody I definitely would love to work with. But he don't make no music no more. I don't know why, but he just doesn't drop.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that though, right? And it's just it is what it is.
Shit,
but you know,
we done had a Side Baby project every year since like 2018.
He took a break though.
No, he did take a little break.
Yeah, 17.
He did take a little break, but he had dropped, or he didn't drop in 2019, but he had dropped in 2020
he came
and
back
2021.
With Barnacles,
and he came back with Long Live Demon, or Do It for Demon.
Yep,
man. But yeah, that's my shit right there, bro.
He's different. He's different. So I really do fuck with Side Baby. Just seeing him grow too is crazy because it's like we done seen bro like really turn like into some like crazy shit, bro. We went from Sandus pull up with a stick. Remember that? Like,
bro, that shit right there to where he is now is crazy.
And that's what I want to mimic in my music.
Yeah. Okay.
You know
so that type of growth. Okay. All right. So just to close shit out, what we gonna do is I'm gonna ask you. What's next for Wavy? Besides, we know you dropping Friday. When people see this, when you catch this episode, the album will be dropped.
It will be out.
It will be out
everywhere. He gonna post a link. It's gonna be in my bio as well.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Tidal, I think. Don't know.
Yes.
But everything it's gonna be. It's on it. 10 songs, 24 minutes. Ain't too long. Tap in, press play, let it run straight through. Promise you ain't gonna regret it.
You're not gonna regret it, man. I done heard this shit about 100 times over, and as it was being developed. So this shit is, you know what I'm saying. As somebody who's a friend, I would say that this is some shit that I hope everybody can share the same sentiment that I do when I hear the shit. So, but yes, what's next for you? In terms of music, life, whatever, what you got going on, and make sure you tell the people where they can catch you at as well.
Yeah, for sure. One, I do want to start off by saying, give this man his flowers. Rim been a big ass help with this whole process. Just like on some like fucking A&R manager shit, on some like just sitting down crafting a process. He even got a writing credit on Love. Like this man, like legit, done been through the process with me, bro. Same thing, Bryce in the back. Been through the process. I've been working with Bryce deadass since fucking freshman year of high school, bro. Like I didn't see that man grow crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't watch me grow too. And I know for a fact he could have never imagined that this shit would have turned out the way it was in terms of like, you know what I'm saying, me just making songs now, right? Because he remember I was so scared to hop on the mic, bro. Couldn't do it, bro. And now I just seeing this shit grow surreal, but. Yeah, I just want to give flowers out because it's like I wouldn't be nowhere without a team, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I definitely got a lot more niggas. Shout out Elite, shout out Bell, shout out Dante, shout out, Justo. A lot of niggas, bro, that been through the process. A lot of my homegirls too. I just send out music, bro, just to get honest reactions. You know what I'm saying? And niggas really just be blessing, bro. And so it's like I really appreciate that. But yeah, what's next? I say. Honestly, just taking it day by day, doing the same process as what I did last time. I don't want to flood the market. Don't want to sit there and, you know what I'm saying, keep dropping. Because that shit gets saturated. I want niggas to hear this shit and really sit with it for a minute. I might drop a single in the next 3 months, 6 months, whatnot. That's what I kind of did last time. I might drop a single, but
keep them folks knowing that
you know what I'm saying?
There.
And I'm still there. I'm still working or whatnot. But it's really next steps is like taking this shit to the studio now, I think. Cause now I'm doing this shit off the phone. I'm really showing niggas like, yo, I'm cold with it, but now it's like getting and making them connections.
Now
once I start meeting A&Rs, you know what I'm saying? I want to start meeting A&Rs, engineers, producers, bro. Like getting in them doors, like meeting real important people. That way I can show them. Cause I ain't one of them niggas that need a handout or nothing like that. It's like I want you to fuck with me for my work and my talent that I got.
Right.
Not on no shit where it's like, oh, you just doing me a favor because I'm so and so homeboy. That's nice and all. I appreciate that, but at the same time, it's like I want you to like really believe that I got some shit going for myself. Like it's hard, right? I need it to like be genuine reaction.
That genuine support is something that's hard to come by, bro. And I say that it's something you always got to work for because one, people gonna come around you for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
And two, people just never will have the same belief in you that you have in yourself.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep that high, then the amount of people that believe in you will stay at a fairly high level.
Yeah.
Just because they see you and they see you believe in yourself. And I believe, bro, like motherfuckers gonna have to tune their ears in when this shit drop, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like you gonna come down off that Thanksgiving food and that Thanksgiving high. You gonna wake up Friday morning.
Look, I'm telling you right now, rolling up, vibe out is tough. Get you a little drink, something like that. You know, gas. I'm telling you to get you in that mode. And it's really gonna sit there and just hit. Even if you don't like all 10, I don't expect you to like all 10, bro, because there's something on there for everybody. So it's like you want that trap shit. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. 43 intro to the tape. That's that hard shit. It just hit hard.
Don't
make
get you
that
right.
stink face. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get you right.
Dangerous, same way, right? You want that play shit. Suddenly, that shit's just floating on you, bro.
Personal favorite is Suddenly, a personal favorite of mine. If you don't like any song for some odd reason, because maybe you are hard of hearing or something like that, I know Suddenly will not pass through your ears and you will be like, next. That might be the one you just be like, you know how you got your headphones on, you repeat a song an ungodly amount of times. That might be the song. 43 is every time I rehear it, I'd be like, oh shit.
Yeah. It got that effect to it, right? Oh shit, I forgot about that.
But we gonna let y'all tune in. I want to thank my boy for taking his time out to do this. When you see this episode again, the album will be out. Go get it on all streaming platforms. It'll be in the link. It'll be in the bio to this video. So you guys tune into that. Appreciate you taking your time out, my boy.
Brother, appreciate that.
Yep. All right, and that is another episode of the Big Ram Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.